So regardless of all the cancel culture out here and crypto Twitter police and all these other people that tell us that we don't have the right to talk about 4 or 5 digit XRP because I can't take it. Grow up. Imagine all of these influencers out here to get so pissed off that you talk about 4 or 5 digit XRP. Was it okay to talk about 4 and 5 digit Bitcoin when it was 50 cents? And not too long from now, it looks to me from the tea leaves I'm seeing that all those dipshits and dum-dums are getting ready to be on the wrong side of history. That's what's getting ready to happen. And it won't be the first time that they've been there.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and there are perma bulls and there are perma bulls. Yeah, that was Brad Kimes. And I couldn't play the full clip due to the language, but it's interesting as a member of the blockchain community, the range in conviction. My conviction remains the same. It's all about the builders. And the riddles that were coming from the Gemini exchange, they're all about the XRP perpetual contracts. This is where you can take a bet on which direction the price is going to go. It is not backed by the digital asset. You can go long, you can go short, and it is really a form of a financial instrument that has nothing to do with utility, just everything to do with speculation. Bloomberg has contacted me. I'm not exactly sure what they're up to, but they want to have a discussion about an interview. Yeah, I'm very curious for this. I will take part in that discussion. It's going to happen very late into the night for me, but I'll let you know if anything comes out of it. John has an important message that he posted on the Crypto Law TV. He also has a new Instagram account. That Instagram account is Crypto Law USA, and I found a clip that I had not seen before. I'm going to play it for you. But first, a little fluff. The fluff is coming early in this video. Take a look at this 15-second clip. What do you see? What do you think? This is something that went under my radar since March. The facial recognition at the ticket gates in Japan has been tested. It's the first in the world, and it is still experimental, but expected to be rolled out by 2025. In my research, I happened to come across the headline here that read, "Crypto billionaire from Ripple Labs lists Miami mansion for $18.5 million. This is Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of the crypto company, as it goes on to say, that has been subject to a legal battle with federal regulators for the last few years, posted his home for sale. The home is located on Miami's Venetian Islands, which has been home to stars such as Madonna and Lenny Kravitz." Interesting, Lenny Kravitz, right? Who was at the proper party. Maybe Lenny is one of his neighbors. Yeah, possibly. Well, his 6-bedroom house is a contemporary masterpiece built in 2021, and it is listed by Jackson Cadell and Douglas Elliman with sculptural staircases that are really pretty and vibrant marbles that are just gorgeous with these views of Biscayne Bay. So in these listings in and around South Beach, it still seems to be available. I don't know. I'm not an expert in real estate, so I imagine if it's still listed, it's still for sale, but someone else will have to figure that one out. But what I'd love to do is I love to look at the photos. It's a gorgeous home. Look at that from the aerial view. Looks fantastic. And yeah, I want to show you some of that gorgeous marble. Let's see if I can find the staircase here for you as well. Really super looking kitchen. Great view, right? Okay, let's see. Let me see. Here's this very unique stairway going up, and some of that marble, but there's other examples of marble too in the bathrooms. Look at this. How beautiful is that? I just think it's gorgeous, and what a fun pool. There's a really good shot of the staircase. Anyway, if you like to look at pictures of interiors as much as I do, I'll put a link to this in the description of the video. And it is fun. I hope he finds a buyer for it. And it looks like a great place to live. Look at this. Look at more of this marble. Pretty beautiful stuff. All right, everybody, let's move along. Here you are in my editing room, and I've got a clip for you that took place about 2 weeks ago with Marcus Infanger, the head of RippleX, along with Stacey Warden, the CEO of Algorand. And they were on a panel together talking about tokenization, and this is getting really real. Stacey also explains how NFTs are now airline tickets. That has a secondary market. I'm telling you, I'm working on a project that makes this portion of the clip really speak to me. So have a listen. It's interesting.
We are here to discuss whether tokenization can bridge the gap between traditional finance and crypto markets. I think tokenization has been the hottest topic in digital markets this year. It seems like everyone is either experimenting, developing, and just pushing forward in some way in this region.
Tokenization of real-world assets has been definitely one of the key areas for us in terms of building more native primitives to allow for compliant institutional-grade tokenization, signing partnerships around this. And so, we're seeing a lot of stable coins, obviously, already as a form of financial instrument represented on the XRP ledger, and are also seeing a couple of projects around real estate, carbon markets, and now we're really expecting to see this to grow vastly in terms of scope, debt assets, securities, private equity, and so forth. And I would say, in terms of a year ago and now, the big difference is, it felt like engaging particularly with TradFi in the beginning, maybe more than a year ago, was mostly about ticking an innovation box and running through some theoretical pilots, and now the conversations are really becoming real and tangible and executable. And so, I would say it's fair to say that there's a lot that's going to be happening in terms of blockchain technology, blockchain-related companies, and TradFi working together to really move the needle.
There's another kind of tokenization, which is creating markets that didn't exist before. And this is where I think you can be very demand-driven. So there is a company called TravelX. They're an Argentinian company, and they've just partnered first with an Argentinian airline called Flybondi. And if you go on the Flybondi website now, all tickets are now NFTs. So if you don't want to, I'll use a US example, you're a student and you go to college, and you want to buy a ticket home for Thanksgiving all 4 of your years to get a good price. But then, your sophomore year, you get a boyfriend. You don't want to go home for Thanksgiving. You want to go off to the Caribbean with your boyfriend. What would you have to do before? You'd have to return that ticket to the airline. You'd have to pay a fee. It maybe is not even non-refundable. Now, though, you can put it on this secondary marketplace, and it can trade, and the airline, of course, gets a little piece of every trade, so it's very airline friendly, and you can demonstrate yourself as a loyal customer, and maybe this NFT will trade with a lounge pass, maybe that the buyer didn't ordinarily have access to the lounge pass, etc. So you're creating a secondary market in something that's quite illiquid, in this case, not available to you at all. And that is where I think one of the areas is very exciting for the tokenization of assets.
Yeah.
Allow me to let John take you out with his important message and that New Year's video that was posted on his Instagram. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
We are tired of the letter writing campaign by the Financial Services Committee. There's been a threat to issue a subpoena. We need to follow through. So that's not an empty threat. Take the 30 seconds that it takes. Get the messages out there. We want Gary Gensler to be subpoenaed and the documents that have been requested repeatedly, that request to be honored. And no longer do we want his voluntary participation. We want him forced to do it.
The SEC is coming after all of crypto.
Weak regulators spread fear, and strong regulators spread opportunity. I think we've got a real problem because the SEC has been spreading fear.
Remember, Gary Gensler says that the law is crystal clear. Well, if the law is crystal clear, as he suggests, then he certainly could answer whether or not the second largest cryptocurrency in the world is a security.
Is Ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to anyone.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one. Bitcoin.
Where are the notes of Gary Gensler, who met with this guy twice? Sam Bankman-Fried gave $10 million to the administration for the purpose of access.
They still have a strong hand. If they win, that ripples throughout the industry.
And that's what I was getting at. If XRP
Do you think they're going to win?
No, I think the SEC is going to lose at summary judgment because of the theory that they went with.
I think the SEC is going to win. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a bad day for crypto if they win.
Okay, we're going to put that dinner on that? You got it.
Ripple didn't violate securities by selling XRP on public exchanges was the ruling.
Today is arguably the best day in crypto.
XRP just won in their case against the SEC. The SEC losing the biggest case that's been running for years, deeming that XRP and the trades and transactions that have occurred are not security.
December 22nd, 2020, right before Christmas, and the goddamn SEC is suing me. Out of nowhere comes a ray of sunshine, and that sunshine is named John. This village beat the bull.
We are in it till the end.
So you'd take it to SCOTUS?
100%.